Hi, this is Karen Deis, and this is the November 2011 updates for mortgage currency. Now, you probably thought I'd start out with information about HARP. No, actually, there's not a whole lot going on. I'll cover that later in this video. But what I want to start out with is some good news from Freddie. What they've done is they've relaxed some of their income verification documentation. Social Security, retirement, survivor benefits, long-term disability, public assistance will now require that they've only received it for a 2-month time period. And then when it comes to separate maintenance, alimony, and child support, they've reduced that to a 6-month verification. That's down from 12 months. Now, this still requires the 3-year receipt in the future. But here's the dealio. You can start using these guidelines right now. Even though it says that it's for loans delivered in February 2012, check with your investor for overlays. But this is really, really good news. Now, if you've had any deals turned down lately or you have some people waiting till they get copies of canceled checks, you might want to give them a call and see if you can bring those deals to life. By the way, this is for Freddie only right now. Fannie may follow, but it's a Freddie regulation. Now, while Freddie is loosening up a little bit, the VA's underwriting is going south. With the latest DU updates for government, they say they're going to be tightening up on the credit portion of it. You know, and it's all going to happen around December 17th, so you've got some time to plan. Now, here's what could happen to you. Let's say you run a case December 16th, comes back, it's approved. December 19th, you go back, you rerun it, it could be coming back as a refer. Now, while there's really nothing in writing, what we believe is these are going to affect VA loans with a credit score of 680 and below. So you might want to get your you-know-what together. Check all of your VA files right now, especially those under the 680 credit score, so they can get approved before the switch. Now, speaking of the VA and the funding fee fiasco, it just might be over. In fact, VA sent out a circular letter saying, you know, when November 18th rolls around, we think that the scheduled decrease is not going to happen. Now, we've been hearing from some loan officers that says, what am I going to do? I already issued a good faith estimate with lower funding fees. My suggestion is that you might want to consider sending out a new good faith estimate to make sure you cover your know-what. REOs. Let's talk about them for Fannie, Freddie, and FHA because there's some cool updates there too. FHA is bringing back their $100 down program. In fact, just about 3 months ago, there were only 9 states that were offering it. Now it's back up to 17 states, and HUD has given us a link so you can check to see if your state is scheduled to bring back the program. Now, Fannie has updated some of the incentives on their HomePath. Freddie has done the same on HomeSteps, and they've also added a new feature called Condo Cash. So what we've done is we've created 3 mortgage talking points for you, and there's some Facebook posts so you can get the word out to your real estate agents and your clients. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but the government pretty much invented the internet, right? So why can't they keep their handbooks online? Now, you can no longer find your HUD handbooks at the regular links. So they've given us links to access on a different site, which is included in the article. Now, I'm not going to mention any names here, but there's some compliance companies who claim that you have to go through them to get the HUD handbooks. It isn't true. They are online, and they'll be put back online as soon as their system gets fixed. Now, just a quick heads up about USDA loans. They added a lender underwriting requirement when it comes to authorized users. Now, you're not going to find it in any handbook anyplace because it just kind of popped up on Gus one day, and our staff expert noticed it. That's why we want to relate it to you. Here's how it's going to affect you. The underwriting requirement says that if somebody is an authorized user of a credit card, that other person has to either be on the loan, has to be a relative, or your borrower has to prove that they are making the monthly payments. So what you might want to do if you're taking a loan application, check with the borrower at the time of loan application. See if they're an authorized user on the account. See if they qualify under those 3 categories. And if they're not, it's going to blow your deal. All right, let's talk about HARP finally. Now, until the Federal Housing Finance Authority gets all their you-know-what together, things are not going to be finalized till November 15th. And so there's plenty of things that have to be worked out. In fact, on October 11th, the FHFA issued a frequently asked question with 96 frickin' questions. And we think that after November 15th, after some of these things have been finalized, that we're going to have 196 questions. You'll find the questions on the Mortgage Currency website. Now, if you're a Mortgage Currency subscriber, you're going to get a special email on November 15th with the outline, how it affects you. And what we're thinking, just reading it over, it's pretty limiting. In fact, consider it as your Christmas money and not that you're going to make a big killing doing HARP loans for the next 3 or 4 months. Now, I didn't cover all of the mortgage rule changes that happened this month. In fact, there are 13 of them. If you are not a subscriber, you can still read them for signing up for $1 for a 7-day time period. Now, subscribers know that they get regular updates. They get calendar updates 10 days before the rule changes. But I encourage you, if you're not a subscriber, that it's in your best interest, because if you know the rules, you'll rule the real estate market.